Hey y'all, before we get rolling, if you run a nonprofit, this is for you. Comfy Stone just released a free 90-day donor retention checklist to help you keep more donors through authentic storytelling. Get your copy at comfystone.com/checklist or click the link in our show notes. Now let's dive into this week's episode. Missions by
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Missions by You. I'm Brenna Gorshow here with Maya McGee, and we're here with Heavyn Brousseau. Heavyn is the Dreams and Volunteer Coordinator at Second Wind Dreams, a nonprofit organization founded to change the perception of aging through fulfilling elders' dreams and educational programming. Welcome to Missions by You, Heavyn.
Thank you. How are you guys today?
We're great. We're so happy to have you.
Me too. I'm so happy to be here.
Being the Dreams Coordinator is a pretty incredible title.
It is.
Can you tell us the mission of Second Wind Dreams and what makes you the Dreams Coordinator?
Absolutely. So in 1997, Dr. P.K. Bevel, she basically invented this job, which is super cool. She worked with a lot of older adults living in long-term care. And one day she just thought to ask, what's something that you've always wanted to do? And this question became a norm in her everyday life working in long-term care. And she realized that most people just wanted like a simple party, or they just wanted to celebrate their birthday, or they wanted to ride a horse again. So she just started fundraising on her own and making those dreams come true. And then when she founded Second Wind Dreams, it's basically the heart and soul of everything we do now. So we do a lot of educational, programming on dementia. We also have our ARE, which is our autism reality experience. So we like to educate everybody in what it is like to live in long-term care and be a senior and how to care for our seniors. But for Dreams, I have the coolest job. No offense to my coworkers, but no offense. But we just want older adults to feel seen and valued, especially living and moving into long-term care.
Cool. Can you tell us a little bit more about like the Dreams program specifically?
Yeah.
And how does it all work?
Absolutely. So for a dream to be fulfilled, first of all, we'd have a dream weaver. So this is anybody. It can be a child, it can be a teen, it can be an adult, it can be a senior themselves. That's basically trained by me or somebody else who's a dream weaver. Sit down with a resident and they learn about their life. So they ask about their memories, their interests, their accomplishments, or anything that they still, like a bucket list item that they haven't gotten to do yet. And then once we discover that dream, the community submits a dreams discovery form and all the required permissions. So we do require them to sign a waiver with their POA to make sure we can post their photos and their videos and try to get them on the news. And then I work with staff. I work with volunteers, family, community partners, sponsors, and I start to create a plan. So I basically, start planning their entire dream from start to finish. And it can be anything from, we call the sublime to the simple. So no two dreams are the same. Every single dream is personalized to every personal resident. We might have something that's similar to the one we've already done, but none of them are the same. We try to make them personal to each person. So it can be a favorite hobby or reconnecting with maybe their sister who went into long-term care and lives in another home out in California. We've done that and let them reconnect, returning to a meaningful place. Anything. It's anything they want. We'll make it happen.
I'm already tearing up.
I know. I started tearing up when she started talking.
But from the mission,
from the very beginning. Yeah, exactly.
So important, and it's so meaningful of these simple tasks, not tasks, but dreams, that people want to do and accomplish as they are getting older, and how it might feel insurmountable for them, but just with the right team can be something accomplished.
Yeah. And even with the two sisters that were both in long-term care that were reunited, sometimes as we age, it feels like the simple things do become insurmountable. Getting on a plane, traveling, having your care team with you, and to have two sisters not be able to see each other for so long. And then, we just hung out with your siblings this morning.
I know.
So the idea that one day you will be separated from the people you love just due to circumstances, not, not anything bad happening, just life. And then the dream being to reconnect is just so sweet.
We had one, I spoke to someone, I think it was brothers, and we actually ended up moving one of the brothers from one of the homes to the same home his brother was at, because every single day, which takes a lot, especially he was not able to move on his own. So when we flew them, he had to be taken with a bunch of medical equipment. Like he had to have a whole medical staff in a special plane that could hold his medical equipment. He was on end of life care, and he just wanted to die with his family member. So I mean, it's.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, but it's super important. That was just a dream I actually heard of when I first started. So I've only been doing this for a year, which is incredible. We've probably made 20,000 plus dreams come true. I would say way more than that.
Wow.
I'm guessing over 30 years of service. So I have people come to me and they're like, "Oh yeah, we made this dream happen. This was 20 years ago," and it never fails to be like the most amazing. But yeah, somebody stopped me and they were like, "You have the coolest job. This is what I did when somebody else was in your position. We made this happen." So it's the coolest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there any meaningful dreams that you've worked on that have touched you personally that you'd like to share?
Yeah. So it's only been a year, it'll be a year in September. It's been the best year of my life. So I had, sorry, it has. So I met Charlene, and Charlene was a vet tech, and she also like groomed dogs, and she also rescued dogs her entire life. So when she was my age, that's what she was doing. And Charlene was moved into long-term care, like most people, without a chance to say goodbye to, normal life, normalhood.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff happens, you fall, and then you just need extra care after that.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlene was moved into long-term care, and she was also a painter, and all these things kind of fell to the wayside after years. So when her staff talked to her, we kind of realized like, oh, she grew up around dogs. She helped dogs. Like that has to be her favorite thing. And I asked, how long has it been since she's seen or hung out with a dog? And they were like 10 years.
Wow.
Insane.
After that being her career?
Mm-hmm. 10 years. And that being the thing that's like music for me. That's like me not listening to music for like 10 years. That's insane. So we got Paws Atlanta, who is another nonprofit in the area, to bring a puppy, and everybody kept second guessing me and being like, a puppy, like, shouldn't it be an older dog so it's chiller? And I was like, no, the love a puppy gives is like unmatched. And they smell good. I don't know why. But I was like, we're doing a puppy. So Paws Atlanta worked directly with me. They picked their tamest, calmest puppy, and we brought the puppy to Charlene, and it was dressed as a painter, because that's how she used to be a painter. So they dressed it as a painter.
What do you mean it was dressed as a painter?
There's a video on our YouTube. You can go on our YouTube and type in Second Wind Dream Charlene, and then you'll see it. It was like a little French painter, and the puppy slept on her shoulder. It slept on her shoulder for 2 hours straight. It just slept right here. She was in tears. She was like, you don't know how much this means to me. Again, something so, so, so simple. Anyone could have brought a puppy into a long-term care to hang out. But they didn't know. Right. They didn't ask. They didn't think. So Anderson Mill, her whole staff, even like the top bigwigs, I invited them because I want them to see the difference that they're making by having a membership with us and having these opportunities with us. And they were like, we can't take this dog away from her. So they adopted it for her.
Oh,
so she could take it home.
Facility did?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just imagine the joy that dog brings to others as well in the facility.
Yeah, because they were going to train. They were going to train it to be like a behavioral dog. So, yep.
Yeah,
It's not
it
just
seems like
her.
it had the temperament for it.
It was the best puppy. Seriously, go on our YouTube, watch it. It's the best puppy I've ever seen. And then
We'll put it in the show notes with a warning.
Yeah. Will induce happy
will
tears.
induce tears. All of them do.
Yeah.
And then one I'm
Yeah.
currently working on is Pam's Dream. She worked for Macy's for years and years and decades. And then her husband worked for Delta, and he passed away. And so she was moved into long-term care, but she wanted to. That was a choice she made. She was very lonely, and she just kind of isolated herself from her community once he passed, and was like, I need to get back out there and be in my community again. So she moved in to the Claiborne in Noonan. And she tells everybody, I used to work for the president of Macy's. I used to work for the president of Macy's. And so her, I think just the director, she finds me at a convention. She's like, Heavyn, I have this amazing dream. What if we get Pam to sit with the president or vice president of Macy's and have lunch? And I was like, well, what did she do for Macy's? And she was like, well, she did a lot. And she worked on the Macy's Day Parade. And I said, well, let's take her to the 100th anniversary for the Macy's Day Parade. And let's put her up in like a high rise with her own private viewing, and that's what we're doing. So she's flying from
Wow.
Georgia to New York City, and her daughter's going with her. And we got them these amazing tickets from Stella 54, which is right in the Macy's Square. And they have this amazing brunch. These tickets are insane. They're like $2,000 a piece. They donated them to us. And she's going to get to view it like in a high rise and like look at all the stuff she used to do. She used to work on it. So she gets to be treated like a queen and hang out in New York City for a weekend with her daughter and like reconnect with her family. And it's going to be fun. So it can be like that. It can be super, super, super fun stuff. And then it can be just super simple. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
That is, I'm speechless now.
I know. And you know, what strikes me with both of these stories is that when you are a friend or an advocate to someone in long-term care or who's on hospice or, you know, has gone through this incredible medical or aging transition in their life, it seems like in our society, those people are isolated from people who are not their age, people who are differently abled, animals, just like other beings. We get isolated.
I think it's to no fault of anybody's. I think it's just forgotten and put on the wayside because that care is the most important thing. So people just want to make sure the person that they love or the person they're caring for is healthy. So it just gets forgotten. And then that's why PK, our founder, she realized like nobody's asking them, anyone here, what is there anything that you want to do? Like, is there anything you still want to see? Anywhere you want to go? Like, we have a Niagara Falls. Somebody who has never seen Niagara Falls. It's so simple to take somebody, and I called them, the company, to donate tickets. I called them. I told them, hey, we have a senior who's never seen Niagara Falls. Can you donate tickets? Yep. I mean, it's it's a no-brainer. Like, but it's so cool. And having, you know, like you said, having younger people come and visit, bring that youth with them when they visit with seniors is astronomically important.
Yeah. Speaking of younger generation, you guys are launching a youth program, correct?
Yes, it is my Young Dreamers Board. So, it's our mission to give middle school and high school students the opportunity to become involved with our mission. I think a lot of times it sounds daunting to make dreams come true. Like I've told you too, one's huge, but kids can do it too. We had Gia, she messaged us. She originally made her own nonprofit to merge youth with seniors, and then she reached out to us just to gain more traction. And then we started working together to grow our board and shape it into what it is. Currently, we have I need one in Louisiana. We only have Texas, Georgia, and Chicago, I believe, with some of my youth. It's hard to get their attention, man. they are. I've tried to start like an Instagram because that's the way that we're all on it. TikTok, that kind of thing. But it is hard to get people for kids to like know that we're around and what we do. But we also do things like cards of light where you can just sit at home with your siblings, or you can get a group of friends and you can make handwritten cards and you can send them to us. And then we hand them out to residents, because a lot of times residents, that's a huge generation for handwritten mail, and they don't get it anymore. So there's a lot of residents that I've delivered cards of light to who still have it like pinned right next to their bedside table.
Wow.
Which is amazing. But yeah, and then we have some of our summer volunteers. I have Mia right now and Chris, and they just come in. They're high school students and they help with our grants and our dream funding and just volunteering at the homes. I mean, there's just so much to do. And one of the biggest things I find when I bring a high school or middle school student into senior care homes is they say, oh, it's been years since I've talked to a kid. Years. They haven't seen a child in like 6-7 years. Insane. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Real quick, guys, did you know it can cost up to 7 times more to find a new donor than to keep one you already have? That's why at Comfy Stone, we created a free 90-day donor retention checklist. It's simple, step-by-step guide that shows you exactly what to do after someone donates. From how to thank them to how to tell stories that keep them engaged and giving all year long. You can grab your free copy at comfystone.com/checklist or click the link in our show notes. All right, let's get back to the show. Touching on what you said about the handwritten letters, I didn't think of that and how important that is for that generation specifically. And then also to engage with youth, because when my father was in a home, 2 things would always happen. The staff would always compliment us for coming to visit. And I'm like, well, duh.
Of course, you've never heard of elder dumping?
So that's when I learned about it.
Yeah, that's a general term
for it.
There's a word for it. So during the holiday season, we serve, we call them, well, I don't like that term, but they're called sniffs, but they're basically not assisted livings, if that makes sense. It's lower income homes for seniors, and we sniff out those people who do not get visitors. They do not have family. No one calls them. No one checks on them. They are alone. They are dumped. Nobody visits them. They have no one. We go in. We find mass amounts of volunteers. We get the staff to ask them, if you could have anything for the holidays, what would you have? 9 times out of 10, what I found last year, it is absolutely heartbreaking. On everybody's big wish, if you could have anything, what would you have? It was a blanket, which is just heartbreaking, or socks. So just things that you like take for granted every day, like having your own blanket, that's your blanket that no one else touches, or socks to keep you warm, because we seniors are naturally cold. Their skin is thinner. But that was their big wish. And then we had some cool ones that were like purple hair dye, and
fun.
I got a guy a guitar last year. He asked for a guitar, and I personally hand delivered it to him. But we spend time. We have volunteers shop, wrap, and deliver, and meet with these people. And then probably the most response I got from every senior, I'd hand them their gift, they'd open it, and they'd say, "This is so great. Thank you so much. I needed this. I needed this blanket. Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't have anything for you." And then I would say, "Oh no, you don't owe me anything. You're good." Nope, this is for my friends.
Opening this gift is my gift.
This is my gift. Last year was the first time I had volunteered, in years and years during the holidays. Obviously, it was for my job, but I put in, and my fiance put in, about 207 volunteer hours on top of working those 40 hours. We went to every single home. I saw every single resident. I made it my mission last year, and I will do the same this year. My Christmas had never felt more like Christmas, if that makes any sense. It was like the most beautiful Christmas I've ever had in my life. I was extremely grateful for everything. So all that to say, while I'm sobbing, volunteer with someone. It makes Christmas feel like it did when you were a kid again, somehow. It's amazing.
It brings the magic back.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
that's what we need, is that genuine joy and happiness, and like seeing the genuine joy on someone else's face. Especially for something that's so simple, right? Like, it's nothing extravagant, but it's just like something that means so much to them, and you get to be like, I did this just for you, and they get to receive that thing.
Yep. And again, I cannot stress to you the limit of extravagance, but the gratitude of, because not only of what they ask for, like blankets and socks, we add Second Wind Dreams. We work all year, we work all year to try and get donations of like personal care items like body wash, lotion, hand sanitizer, toothbrushes, simple, because again, these are, they need it. So we try to get them their own things, and then, I mean, they'll open a toothbrush and be like, this is the best thing ever. I needed a new toothbrush. And you're like, yeah, no problem. Yeah. But it's so simple. I cannot, like, nothing we got was the most expensive thing I think I bought, and it was on me, was like, I bought this guy like $150 guitar, but I was thinking to myself, like, when is he ever going to get a big present like this again? This is like something you get when you're a kid and you're like, what? So it was amazing. I love it.
I want to circle back to the intergenerational. No, you're good. I love you also sharing your passion for this and these stories.
No problem.
The intergenerational like work. What are the benefits you've seen, or benefits you guys have learned about through having the youth and the elderly together?
Absolutely. Well, I've found out that many young people really just have never had the opportunity to build a relationship with an older adult outside of their family. So 9 times out of 10, it's a grandparent or a great-grandparent or a great-uncle. But at the same time, a lot of residents that are in care communities experience isolation, so they don't have regular interactions with young people. So once you bring them together, the assumptions about one another really disappear. They watch a lot of news. Gen Z watches a lot of, the internet. So young people kind of realize, like, oh, they have a personality and they have humor and full life experiences. And then the residents, I guess, begin to feel more included and more involved in the younger generation's mind, and building, giving them advice on, how to be and what to do. They just make an enormous difference for both people, for residents, and then they help young people develop empathy, I believe, and also a big part of being comfortable connecting with the older generations.
Yeah. For about a year when I was in high school, I volunteered at the assisted living facility that was right by Patrick Taylor, my old high school, that I went to with her younger brother.
On Jefferson Highway?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's still the same residential facility. But yeah, I volunteered there when I was young because I had track practice, and then no one could pick me up for like an hour or so after track practice. So I just went over and I was like, do you guys take volunteers? I'm not doing anything. And again, this is before cell phones. Otherwise, I would have just been on my cell phone for an hour until I could get picked up. But I remember vividly so many older folks that I spent time with there, particularly this couple who, if my memory serves me right, that was 2010 that I was volunteering there. And that there was a couple there who was easily in their 80s or 90s, and he had fought in World War II when he was a teenager.
Wow.
And he and his wife at the time, they met when they were kids, 13 years old. He went off to war. She waited, came back, and they had been together every single second of their lives ever since when he came back. And they were together in the facility together. And I would hang out with them.
I was going to say the stories they had to have.
Correct, exactly. And it is so telling that almost, 2 decades later, I still remember.
Yeah.
A decade and a half later, I still remember my conversations with them and their story.
Also, I bet they were a hoot because people have been together that long.
They're really just actually one person.
Yeah.
There's extensions of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just a gift. It's It truly is to go in, and I know it's nerve-wracking for, I'm sure, a lot of younger people to go in and start talking to older people. They probably, there's people that get
Yeah.
mean
Yeah.
or but it's not, it's so fun. Like it really is. I learn so much, and their personalities are so cool. Like they're so cool once you get to know
Yeah.
them. But it's great.
Yeah. And they've lived through things that
You could ask them
we've only read about. And
Right.
right.
a million
Exactly.
questions. They
Yeah.
were around before credit was real.
Oh, yeah.
What a time.
No, absolutely. And I mean, for me, it's most interesting to speak to older women because they lived in a totally different world.
100.
Totally different world.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
For sure.
And most of them paved the way so that we are able to live in the world we live in now.
Yep.
They're the ones
And
who
got to see that and live alongside those women who were breaking the glass ceilings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
It is so fun. I suggest going back, going and hanging out with some residents and getting to know them. It's great.
Yeah, for sure. How can people get involved or support Second Wind?
So obviously there's donating especially during the holidays, but you can sponsor a dream, you can volunteer for a dream, you can become a dream weaver with me. Basically, once you learn that, you just go in on your own and start finding people at homes and interviewing them and submitting your dreams to us. And you and I work together, we make it happen, and we plan fundraisers because, again, we do have to raise the money. I will say Second Wind Dreams, we're always breaking even, if that makes sense. So we're always struggling, which is how I think a nonprofit should be. But we're always fundraising for exactly what we need when we need it. We always get it, which I'm grateful for. And I would say most of it is through prayers and manifestation, but I digress. Students, families, companies, civic groups, you can make cards of light. You can visit residents during the Gifts of Light holiday season. You can get a senior living group if you already volunteer for one to become a Dreams member, and then you can start, helping coordinate volunteers for them. A lot of times they don't have time. The people who work in these care homes are amazing, amazing people. They are overworked and underpaid. They don't have time to go out looking for volunteers. So if you have the time to grab a group of your friends and start coordinating weekly going in, do that. And then you can follow us on, social media to keep up with everything we're doing. I actually have 2 of them now. So for the youth board, it's SWD Youth Board. And then you can ask me questions on there. My email is on there. Getting schools involved. I mean, I also love ideas. So everything is endless. Like you can do a million things. Fundraising and making dreams happen. That's the name of our game.
It's a good game.
I need that on a tagline. Fundraising, making dreams happen.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Before we end our show, we always like to ask like a fun question. And for you, we want to know, what do you want to be when you grow up / grow older?
I really like now, if that makes any sense. Right now, I know that's cliche.
I was thinking that, like you said it was like, best year and amazing job. Yeah.
2027 has been amazing. But this job fell into my lap. So I was a full-time musician before this, for like a local musician, write my own music, do all that. I did not need this job, but it kind of came up. My mother-in-law was like, "Hey, didn't you want to volunteer with them?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." She was like, "Well, this job's available." And I was like, "Oh." So I just put in my application, and then they were like, "Oh my gosh, Heavyn, we love you." Because I'd volunteered with them before, and they were like, "You got the job." And I was like, "Well, cool." So I do both now. If I had to pick something like whimsical, I want to go on tour one day, but not like, I don't want to be like famous. I'm good on that. But this job has fulfilled anything any hole that was ever missing within myself has been fulfilled with this job. It is the best job in the world. I love it.
Wow.
So nothing.
Oh, man, Second Winds is a fantastic employer.
I know.
They are.
Seriously.
We're a really small team too. I like to remind people we're only 13 people and we work all over the world. So we have partners in the UK, we have partners in Poland, we have partners all over in every state of the United States. So if you ever do email me and it takes me a day or two, that's why. Yeah, but it's amazing. I love it. It's the best job in the world.
Brenna, what about you?
What do I want to be when I grow old? I was raised by my grandparents, and I've got lots of older aunts and people surrounding me. I've been raised by people like 50 to 60 years older than me my entire life. So I have a lot of inspiration to choose from. And my favorite kind of older woman particularly is someone just with like impeccable style, like
yes.
80, 85. Like Iris Apfel, right? If we know who Iris is, with her eyewear and her big jackets and big prints, like once you get to a certain age, you just stop caring about what anyone says or thinks or does, and I can't wait. Until that part of my brain clicks on.
My favorite older fashion icon is Jessica Lange. She's in all the American Horror Stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
dude, bombshell. Yeah. Just, I mean, stunning.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I agree with that. I want to be the coolest person. It would be so cool to be like the best dressed person when you're older.
Yeah.
It's exactly. Like whatever patterns you want, full colors.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm wearing stripes and polka dots and leopard print
tell me
all on the same outfit. Yeah. Right. What are you going to say?
I do that now. That's okay to do right now, right?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay. Cool. What about you?
You're head of the game.
Yeah, what about you, Mike?
I think when I grow up, I want to have a coffee shop that serves like 4 items, and I mostly just yap. Like, I just need it to be a place that I can hang and have baked goods and really just eat my own supply.
Yeah.
Like,
caffeine,
it's making no money.
Caffeine, cafe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get that website right now. I like that. Caffeine,
cafe.
I get it.
Basically, you want this, but with pastries.
Yes.
Period. Okay. Yeah.
Living your best life. That's the best.
I love that.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. I don't think we got the website. Or is there anything else we should drop for Second Wind?
Yeah.
Our
website is www.secondwind.org. And then everything you need is on there, to be honest. And then my name is Heavyn, and I love my job.
Thanks so much for joining us today, Heavyn.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for listening to Missions Bayou, powered by Comfy Stone. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow the podcast wherever you listen. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment, letting us know your thoughts and who you'd like to hear from next. We'll see y'all next time.